Hey everybody, thanks for checking in to this week's market update. I hope your quarantine is going well and that you are safe and healthy. And let's jump right into the numbers for this week to continue to track how our market is doing. So first, from April 7th to the 13th, that's a Tuesday through a Monday, how many homes went pending? Well, on pendings, we have this, 327. So that's a slight tick up, which is a very encouraging number for us. And then also let's go over to solds. Solds ticked down just a bit, but it's still at 317. So it's over that 300 number that we were watching. And I'm gonna take a moment because I'm switching to a different color for dramatic effect. And how many homes went listing? You know how many homes came onto the market, new listings this last week? 251. So we have flipped back to the other side. We're back to more homes going pending than are coming onto the market, which is fabulous because it's that kind of market activity that's going to keep our market competitive even through a world pandemic. In fact, if these numbers could run, they would be running up the steps at Philadelphia right now to that Rocky theme, and they would be celebrating 1 week of championship level. These are some great numbers and very encouraging. Let's keep in mind though, we have an announcement today from the governor here in the state of Idaho. And the last time we had an announcement about how we're gonna continue through this pandemic process, we had a tick down in pendings. That could happen again. So we'll stay tuned until next week and see what happens and go from there. But a little bit more information because we're noticing on the CARES Act that there's still a lot of questions coming our way, as well as some confusion. First off, that stimulus check you're getting, it's actually more like an advance. What the government is doing is they're looking at your 2020 taxes already. And either that amount that you receive in your check, that amount is going to be deducted from your return or added to what you owe. So it's not as free as we had thought, not as exciting as we had thought, but we also know that that may be the money that's absolutely a lifesaver for many people. But do keep in mind, it's not free. What about mortgage forbearance? Forbearance, that was that statement that came out, and we've even been told, isn't it great that I don't have to pay my mortgage for 6 months? Well, the truth is you gotta pay your mortgage. However, if you are on hard times, you can apply for a forbearance up to 180 days, but it has to be approved. It has to be a federally backed loan. And then during this time, they're saying that there's going to be no fees, penalties, or interest except for what is normal. So think of it this way, your payment is actually, that's being overlooked or stalled, if you would, or saved, is being picked up and moved to the end of your loan. So you're still gonna be paying interest over that time, and your principal is gonna be added to. It's just you don't have to send in the check because you get the privilege of sending it in another time. And again, that is probably going to be a lifesaver for some people. However, it's not a freebie. It is a possibility of being a necessity for some. So today, because we know there's still a lot of other things about the CARES Act that people have questions about, I'm going to send you an email that has a breakdown for you and has even some links in it that will help you get the information that you're looking for to make sure that you're understanding correctly. The email's going to look kind of like this, so watch for that today. Also, some more good news. There was a podcast that came out by our business coach, Brian Buffini, in late March. And it was with Lawrence Yun, who's an economist, and he gave great numbers and great insight into how the coronavirus could affect our markets, particularly our real estate market. So I'm gonna send you a second email that's gonna say, this too shall pass. It's gonna look kind of like this. And that would be a great one if you have a half hour that you could listen to a podcast that's going to give you some clarity on what we can expect. It's a good one. And finally, before we sign off for this week, as always, if you know somebody that needs some help, because we don't want to deny or in any way turn away from the fact that this is probably a hard time for some people. And if you know someone that needs help, we're talking groceries, utilities, rent, mortgage, whichever it is, please let us know, because between us at SuperHero Homes, our preferred business partners, and some friends of ours, we would like to be of help during this time of need. So if you're aware of someone in need, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So thanks again for tuning in this week, and we'll be back next week with some updates and some more information that hopefully is helpful to you through this time. Because it is definitely a crazy different time, isn't it? Take care, have a good week, and we'll see you next time.